105.1 The Edge. That's just too awesome. That's the title track, actually, of the new album from these two crazy guys, Insane Clown Posse, right now.
Yeah. What's up, Detroit? This is Violent J.
Shaggy Too Dope, what's up?
Chilling on the edge, because we live life on the edge. You have to live life on the edge when you're a serial killer, wicked clown.
Woo! You know, that's very true, because you are my childhood nightmare come true.
That's right. We're a lot of people's nightmare come true. A lot of people are really scared of clowns, and we're cashing in off it.
Well, congratulations on your new album, The Great Milenko. And I tell you what, you guys just give a plethora of music on this album. How many tracks? We got 16 tracks?
There's 16 tracks. There was only 14 on the first release that Hollywood put out.
Right.
But then when that got yanked out of the stores, we got to go back and make it the way we wanted to make it, which is with 16 songs.
Now, Hollywood's owned by Disney, and Disney had it pulled like 5 hours after it went out in the stores?
6 hours. It was in the stores for like 6 hours, then it got pulled out the shelves. But you know, a lot of stores refused to send it back. A lot of stores kept it and said, nah, I'm down with the clowns, and I need free speech and all this stuff. But we're never like whatever, you know, we don't want to be spokespersons for freedom of speech and all that stuff. We're just a couple
idiots.
Want to do
what you guys want to do.
We just want to make a record.
I'd rather be a spokesperson about getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's what I tell everybody. They're like, hey, did you go to that show last night? I'm like, no, I just want my check every other Thursday, all right?
That's right.
But I got to tell you, you guys have really... Actually, you've been in Spin Magazine. You were in the Free Press on Sunday.
Well, the Spin Magazine thing is like, what happened with that isn't cool, you know what I mean? What happened with that was you got Mark Dancy and Mike Rubin, a couple Detroit native chumps that work for Spin now or whatever, and they drew that up. That's like a total diss on us. It brings up a lot of untrue stuff about Insane Clown Posse, and I'm going to handle that situation the only way I know how to handle it.
No, I heard
old school style, you know.
I heard that Spin Magazine made him do that.
No, nobody makes anybody do
They're
anything.
just a couple player haters, you know.
Yeah, it's like if you're in a band and you're doing good from the city, nobody wants to support it. The Edge is the only station in the city that plays us. You know what I mean? Now we've sold like 25,000 units off the Great Milenko in this city alone.
That's amazing.
And the Edge plays us, and nobody else wants to touch it.
I played you guys the other day, and it was the first time we played it, and I got so many phone calls that they did not believe that they heard you guys on Detroit radio, because no one's playing it.
Because nobody plays us, that's why.
They play it everywhere else all across the country. It's like doing really good. Nobody plays it in our own city. It's like that's what you have to deal with here, you know. Is a lot of people know you, they remember you from here, or I remember those guys used to come in here, and nobody helps you out because you're from this city, you know.
Where are you from?
I'm from Detroit. I've lived all over. I've lived on the east side. I lived on Mack Avenue. I've lived in Taylor. I've lived in Berkeley. I've lived in Oak Park. I've lived in Ferndale. I've even lived in North Carolina. I've lived all over the place. So, I mean, I know somebody from every side of Detroit at some different part of my
childhood. So somebody knows you. They're like, I know that kid. He ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I remember them. I remember they used to come in here, blah, blah, blah. You know, and no, it's like really hard for bands to make it. Now, when I diss Detroit like this, I don't diss Detroit. I diss the industry of Detroit, because the people are the best. The people have supported Insane Clown Posse through thunderstorms, through blizzards, through earthquakes, tornadoes, monsoons, and tidal waves.
Where are you from, Shaggy?
All over. Same business.
Same business. We pretty much travel. There used to be 3 of us in the group, you know. There used to be like 5 of us in the group way back in the days.
Really?
Yeah, but, you know, we've kind of traveled around like a family, you know.
Now you're doing even better.
Right now I live in a city I never even heard of before. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I just bought a house. We've been on the road. It's somewhere between Lansing and Detroit. I'm never there. It don't matter, you know. I mean, it's sitting vacant, you know what I mean? We're never home, you know. We just got back from Europe, like I think 5 days ago.
You guys were in England and France.
Oh, God.
England and France.
Well, how was that? What was that, oh, God?
Man. Never go to Europe.
Never go to Europe.
Never go.
It's just everybody's like, "My Jeff, what is that you're wearing on your face?" You know?
No way.
Like, they serve you Coke and with no ice in it. They got no Faygo.
You order a plate of food, it's like, you know, it couldn't fill up like a 2-year-old kid, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody over there's all tall and skinny, and they say Americans are all fat. That's because we like to eat snacks. You know
That's right. I'm a fat, loud, rude American. I want ice in my pop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I want
cheese. on my cheeseburger.
Right,
you know,
right.
you order cheeseburger and you get this like see-through cheese on there, and I'm like, do you have? I don't want to sound like rude or anything, but do you have any American cheese? I don't mean like I want it patriotic with a flag sticking out of it. I just mean the yellow stuff, American cheese. You know, we do not have American cheese here.
I got
American
sick on
cheese
their
is for the
food.
fat Americans.
No.
We do not have American cheese. Perhaps you would like to sit outside and have your own American cheese.
Even
And
in the UK, they were like that too?
everywhere. Britain, we went to Germany. The only thing cool about Holland
Beer.
is the beer, and the marijuana is legal and the prostitutes are legal,
Right.
and they're just open-minded. You can even cuss and say whatever you want to say, and you know.
Do they love you guys over there in Holland?
Prostitution
Prostitutes
legal
love us,
isn't
you know what I'm
cool,
saying?
but it's
You got
cool for
paid.
us. You know?
Right.
It's not like something I want to adapt to our nation's policies. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And you guys are getting ready for another big tour.
That's right. The House of Horrors tour leaves out January 7th, 55 cities, and we're touring with two incredible bands. One of them is a spinoff from Cypress Hill. They're called Psycho Realm, and they've been on the road with Cypress Hill forever. It actually contains one of the members of Cypress Hill, and the other one are our group from New York City, and they're the most incredible group, and their stuff comes out in January, and they're called Misery. It's actually a solo rapper, Misery, and his partner, The Minority, and this music is like, it's just the most incredible. I never heard it. He
know
does
what?
bilingual. It's half in Spanish, half, you know, whatever. We
On this album, The Great Milenko, the music is incredible. I mean, I obviously can't play a lot of the stuff from this album. I'd like to, but because of the content, I can't do it.
That would be the magic, the wizardry of Mike E. Clark.
I got to tell you, the music is so incredible. Yeah, Pass Me By, the very last track on there. I really, really love the music. The piano in it.
That features Legs Diamond singing, and that's Mikey Clark, the producer. He does a lot of
He
stuff.
does a lot of stuff.
With Primal Scream, George Clinton, all types of groups from Detroit. Mike Clark is the master of all masters. If Mike Clark didn't make music, if he made kung fu, he would be a ninja master of the 12th level samurai. You know what I mean? He's just the greatest musician, the greatest mind ever to walk the face of this earth that we walk on today. Yeah.
I read that this album is expected to go platinum in 98.
It's going platinum in 98, but this is cool because it's the first time announcing this. They asked us this week who we want our gold records and who wants how many gold records to get, because in February they're shipping us our gold albums. Yeah. The Great Milenko is officially gold as of February 1998, and I'm so happy. I'm gonna wear it around my neck like like Beastie Boys used to wear those medallions, like Flavor Flav used to wear the clock. I'm wearing my gold record around my neck. I'm going out to all the clubs. I'm gonna walk in with 5 girls on each arms, holding my gold record around my neck like a superstar, and then I'm gonna wear it around my belt, wear it as a belt buckle like it's my world title.
Yeah, wear it when you wrestle.
That's right. And speaking of wrestling,
Strangle Mania.
that's right. The Insane Clown Posse steps into the ring this Thursday at St. Andrews Hall.
Strangle Mania.
Sold out.
But it's sold out.
Yeah.
But if you got good
Yeah, if
sneaking
you can
skills,
sneak in.
come
I'll
on
leave
in through the
back door
basement
unlocked,
window.
you know
We'll
what
leave
I'm
it
saying?
unlocked. And we're doing that
You holding the door open.
I used to always sneak in the place when I was a kid. You know, it's not that hard.
I
You know?
used to sneak into
I
those
used to sneak into wrestling every weekend at Joe Louis, you know?
all the time. It
Are
was
you guys
really hard
gonna-
at Cobo, but at Joe Louis, it was mad
Yeah.
easy.
Not a problem. Could you tell us who you're going to be wrestling against?
We're wrestling against the tag team of redneck bigot chicken boys.
That's right. Alabama and Confederate Fred.
That's their names, Alabama and Confederate Fred. They're two chicken redneck chickens with turkey buzzard chicken necks, and we're going against them in the ring. Now, this whole thing is put on by the Northern States Wrestling Alliance, and they're crazy enough to book a match like this. Now, the undercard is unbelievable. The undercard contains matches that I don't even know if we can discuss on the radio.
Are you guys going to perform too?
No, we're only going to perform
But
elbows to the
Misery will
face.
be performing.
That's right.
Give
Misery
everyone
will
a
be
sample
there.
of the world tour coming
Everybody
up.
gets it.
You guys scared me. I looked in here. Let's see. And it says, there will be 6 faces of the Dark Carnival. All 6 have risen. The end will consume us all. And
That's
it's only
right.
2 more to go, so what's going on?
Well, it could be the end of Insane Clown Posse. It could be the end of the world. It could be the end of the Spice Girls. Nobody knows.
I hope that. That'd be great.
Something's going to end after all 6 Joker cards have been released. We never comment or speculate on what that is, partly because we have no idea what's going to happen after all 6, but it just is going to be the end of time as we know it.
Well, your other albums are Carnival of Carnage, The Ringmaster, The Riddle Box, and now The Great Milenko. And you have some special guest artists like Alice Cooper.
Yeah, Alice Cooper is on The Great Milenko, does the intro for us.
Steve Jones.
Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols.
Slash.
And Slash, who's going to be doing a couple dates with us on the upcoming House of Horrors tour.
That's great.
We're going to try to get him in here for Detroit, but we're having scheduling problems. But he's doing, I think, maybe 10 dates with us on the tour. So we're going to make sure and try to make one Detroit, you know, so we can come out there and play for all these Motor City juggalos that have been down with the clown.
You guys are really faithful to your fans, I must admit.
Well, we're faithful to our
are.
fans as one thing, but Detroit is another. We're faithful to Detroit forever.
I am always looking for national attention with Detroit in it, whether it's positive
And
or negative.
that's what made us a lot more mad about that spin articles, because I mean every magazine disses us every time they write about us.
Right.
But they're also dissing our fans in there too.
That's
you know?
right. That's cool. We get slammed all the time.
I got no problem with getting dissed.
Hey, I get slammed like a nobody wrestler. We get slammed daily. Every day we wake up to an article slamming us, saying we suck, whatever. That's all good. I'm cool with that.
Right.
But when they diss our fans
then it's
for
trying to crack
listening
some
to
heads,
us,
you know?
because okay, now Insane Clown Posse doesn't play live with a band. Okay, then you say, well, that's because they're more of a hip hop group. Not true. We don't play with a DJ either.
Right.
We play off of that simply because our shows are so insane and there's so much Faygo soda flying all over the place.
We brought some Faygo here for you guys.
Thank
you very much for not spraying red anymore.
Oh yeah, because it's staying. We get mothers complaining, but the deal is this.
Kid comes home, they think he's shot or something.
There you go. The deal is just simply this, man. Our shows, as long as the people in the crowd have a good time, isn't that the bottom line?
Absolutely.
As long as and there's no band that can get a crowd more wild and more crazy at their shows than we can. And you know why it's like that? Because it's not about me and Shags. We're not up on stage displaying talent. At our shows, it's the crowd on stage and us in the crowd.
It's a show for the crowd.
It's a crowd
their show,
with
you know what I'm saying?
with the crowd.
It's the crowd putting on a show for us.
That's
guys-
what it is.
you guys,
Everybody's
like,
involved.
Stage dive and stuff, and
Stage dive off speaker stacks. We stage dive off
Face
chandeliers, off balconies. Fans stage dive on us off the speaker
Backdrops,
stacks.
monkey flips,
Suplexes,
whatever.
pile drivers. Fans come up on stage, punch me in the face, and jump back in the crowd. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Everybody is involved in our shows.
that's like the old stuff from like the 70s when
That's
bands
right.
would let everyone come up on
Chaos.
Bringing
stage.
it back. Making
Chaos.
shows fresh again, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny. I was just talking to a listener today who saw a couple bands like U2, and you know how they had this big concert, this like bajillion-dollar thing with Sony, and he said the crowds were always so lame. Because he like followed them around a couple shows,
They're
and the crowds
asleep.
were so lame, and they don't do anything. You got 60,000 people all sitting there picking their ass.
Why don't they just bring a lawn chair, you know what I mean, and just sit down and camp out and fall asleep during the lame-ass performance, you know what I mean? You come to our show, if you're not having a good time, we're going to come out into the crowd, grab you by the ears, and headbutt your face, you know what I mean, until you are. Because that's what we do. It's not us on stage saying, here we are, now I'll play this.
Yeah, thanks for
and
the
then
money.
I'll do this, and see you later. Nah,
You go, "Thanks
it's
for the cash."
absolute pandemonium, you know what I mean? It's the kids are on stage, and we're out there, and nobody knows what's happening, and Shaggy's hanging off the balcony, and I'm outside in the dumpster somewhere, and nobody knows what's happening.
How do you guys like keep in shape and stuff?
We're just constantly doing shows and beating people all the time, you know what I mean? Beating innocent bystanders left and right, that's what we got Billy Bill for, like we were
I
discussing
was
before.
talking about Billy Bill. I call
Yeah,
him Billy Ball.
Speaking of Billy Bill, he's wrestling on Strangle Mania
That's
against
right, he
one of
has
the
a
Chicken
match.
Boys, one of their cousins, cousin Cletus.
That's right, Billy Bill just signed today to wrestle because he likes to punch faces all the time
Right.
at random. So we
great.
decided to let him do it where it's legal in the wrestling ring, you know what I
That's
mean?
great. Let him take it all out.
That's-
Everybody there. I want to ask you about Faygo Red Pop and that Town Club. Because remember they had that clown on Town Club?
I used to like Town Club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they went
did
out of business or
oh,
something, I
did
think.
Yeah, they're out of
Some. I
business.
ain't
I
seen
used
that
to
in
like
years.
them. They
Me
used to,
too.
my mom used to get that, like with the
Look at the big
Yeah,
crate.
you go
Yeah.
take the wooden crate to the
Yep.
place and get them filled.
Exactly. And you got like 5 cents back.
They went out of business though.
So Town Club was still around. Maybe we represent them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
last time, I actually had a friend in high school that worked at Town Club. And it was like on Van Dyke and like in Shelby Township or Sterling Heights or something like that. And I remember that damn clown because clowns scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are that way.
They used to have a Town Club in River Rouge, and you go in there, and there would be like, I don't know how many, like, you just see nothing but the like 50 different colors at Town Club.
Right.
All the different flavors. But
And you
now
try
it's
and
all
drink them all
about
at
Faygo.
once.
Faygo took over Town Club. They're stomping out the competition. And, I don't even like Faygo.
Oh, really?
Faygo publicly wants nothing to do with us.
Oh,
There's a documentary showing on MTV.
Oh, yes. December 22nd at midnight.
Yeah, and they showed us a copy of that in advance. And watch what Faygo says about it.
It's not so much like the people of Faygo. It's just like what Faygo represents, what we represent, you know?
You know, Faygo
Being a
doesn't
scrub,
like
you know
us.
what I'm saying?
The higher-ups at Faygo don't like us. And, you know, we put them on the map.
Absolutely.
You know, we talk about Faygo.
You can get
you know what I mean?
Faygo in states you never thought you'd ever find it before, you know?
Exactly.
And they don't like us because of what we stand for. I mean, hey, I'll be the first to admit, we have a problem with the serial killer thing. Fine. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's called
See,
entertainment.
they're stuck on, like, thinking they're a family product, but that's wrong. They're a product for scrubs like us, you know
I
what
can't
I'm saying?
afford the
When
good
you
stuff.
can't afford the
Can't
good
afford
stuff,
Pepsi
you know?
and Coke. What do you get? You get Faygo.
Yeah, bums buy it, you know what I'm saying? You ain't a family
When it was
product.
you and four of your friends out hanging out on a
That's not
summer
true.
night.
You walk to the store, get some bottles on the way to
Walking
the
up
store.
to the store, collecting
you know?
money back bottles. What are you gonna do? You're gonna collect enough for a Pepsi, or you're gonna get a Faygo? You know,
Right.
you're gonna Faygo because it's only 9
Because
bottles.
you're a bum.
You know,
what I'm saying? You're a scrub.
I'm laughing because that's been me.
This
You know, you
happens.
get like a 2 liter of Faygo, and that like, you get
get
through
a
the
3
night.
liter.
It's been all of us. That's what Faygo is. Come on, you know, and
that's
that's
great.
what we represent, you know. And now somehow Faygo don't like us, so you know, I don't care. I'm still gonna, you know.
Whatever.
I'm not
still throwing on
asking.
that ass.
I don't want to be a vice president of the Faygo company. You know what I mean?
A big spokesperson
I don't really
on
care
the
if
bottle,
they like me or
like
not,
instead
you
of
know?
Town Club with the Clown, it'd be you guys.
Right.
Insane Clown Posse on Faygo.
Well, I don't think it was the clown cola like once a year for 2 weeks.
I
or
think that
something,
like at
you know what I
Christmas
mean?
time. Hey, what are you
there
guys
you
doing
go.
for Christmas? You're going to be here in the Motor City?
I'm gonna be, you know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
be here for Christmas. That's pretty cool because we've been gone forever, you know.
Really?
But we're actually gonna be here for Christmas, and I just got my house, and I'm gonna put a tree up in it, and I got some dogs.
Are you married now?
No, I'm not
Are
married.
you married, Chad?
No, hell no.
I can't even find a
far away from
girlfriend.
it.
How am I gonna find a girlfriend? Oh well, okay, you're really special to me, but I'm leaving for 5 months now.
Right.
I'll see you later, you know. And like I'm not gonna do anything with that when I'm on the road. Yeah, right. You
Right.
know, I got a girlfriend. You know, I don't think so. But anyway. But anyway, you know, my dogs this morning brought back a bone, and it had to be a human bone. It was huge. I let them out, and they came back in with a bone this big, you know. But I live out in the woods,
Great.
and there's like deers and polar bears.
You know
and
what you should
mooses out
do?
there.
You should call the news and say you found a human bone in your backyard, and they're going to show up, and you're going to have all your makeup on and
That's
everything.
right.
You're going to be
And
like,
I'm gonna say I didn't find nothing.
gonna think you
now, let
did
me
it.
tell the real story. You know what I mean?
I want to talk about the MTV documentary. MTV would not put your video on.
That's right.
And then Psychopathic and Island Records got together to support this. And you're going to be on. The documentary runs December 22nd at midnight. I'm totally confused. Is that at midnight or is it at...
It's midnight Eastern
It's going to
time.
be like at 12 o'clock.
A stroke of 12.
It's what, I know that it's
Like
not.
not the 21st, but the 22nd.
Yeah, you know, like everybody's up at midnight, so it's still.
It's not the
22nd.
different day till you go to bed and wake up. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
It's not like Sunday night. It's
Think
Monday
about
night.
it.
Right. So it authentically it'd be like the 23rd, right?
Okay. That's great because our Christmas party's that night, so I can come home and watch you guys.
Yes.
There you go.
And I won't have any drinks in me at all.
Can you believe that MTV won't play our videos? They're scared. You know, they're scared of the controversy. You're talking about they play Marilyn Manson.
I know.
He's naked on the couch wearing a G-string thong bikini. You know what I mean? And they're scared to play us.
I was reading something about Disney, how Disney dissed you guys, and because of the Southern Baptist Convention, there's like 16 million people who say they care. But, you know, if they do, that's great. But why should Disney do what they're doing? Because I just read an article today on how they picked up Heather Locklear, some of her articles. Have you
Yeah.
read about this?
Yeah, well-
and some of her movies, and one's called School Slut.
Yeah.
who
Well, they
cares?
also
And that's
own,
Disney.
They own,
Disney,
they own
yeah.
Miramax
Disney
Films.
put on Pulp Fiction and that movie Kids where they had AIDS and they're
Right.
getting with each other and stuff
Right.
without
All that's
condoms.
controversy. See, only reason Disney had trouble with us is because they got caught. You know what I mean? That's all that happened. Those Southern Baptists started crying about it.
I think it's just time.
Yeah, it's like
I think
whatever.
it was a
time.
different time.
Because of that, millionaires. You know what I'm saying? You can't
$1
beat it.
million because
Whatever,
of your
you know?
mistake, Walt.
Oh, yeah,
a
you
lot
guys
more
cashed
odds.
in.
You know,
what I'm
Walt's
saying?
turning over in his grave right
Yeah.
now, and I'm like, Walt, I got $1 million. Your boys are messing up over
They
there.
got
at
$1
Disney
million
Towers.
with Mickey Mouse in the middle instead of
George. So whoever's on the...
That's
Me,
right.
I get paid in singles. So.
$1 million dead Waltz.
I
You know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
million reasons why I'm happy that Disney made a mistake over there in California. All right? I'm happy about that. And as for the Southern Baptists, I'll line all 16 million up, all 16 million members up, and knock them down like dominoes. They can't stop us. They might give Marilyn Manson a run for his money and everybody else you're crying about, but you can't stop the
But
juggalos.
see, Marilyn
'cause
Manson would
it's
give up for the
internal.
quickness because he wears panties. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right, and I'm gonna snap his bra when I see him because I seen him at a hotel in
Guy's a
California,
punk.
and he was scared of us.
Really?
He's scared of the dark
I
carnival.
mean, how you gonna be scary when you wear a fake contact and G-string panties and
That's right.
fish hose stockings
He's got a
or whatever?
$5 contact lens in his right eye,
Guy's wearing my wardrobe.
and he's got his his mom's panties on and he's supposed to be scary. That ain't controversial. That's lame.
I'll slap him on the ass.
That's just really scary. But, you know, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion and everything. I just don't understand why the entertainment business, people choose to listen. People choose to buy.
Right.
They don't come around wearing stuff on their sleeve. And I just don't understand why a big corporation would do something like that.
Well, when you
They
walk,
thought they could get paid till they got caught, you know?
when
They
you
thought
walk
they could
into
make
a
some
record
money.
store, when you walk into a record store, it's just like a carnival. Okay, do you want something slow and romantic? You get on the merry-go-round, or you go buy a Barry White album, you know, that type of thing.
It's your choice.
When you want something fast and wild, you go buy Primus or Korn, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you want something scary, you come talk to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. The world is like a carnival.
Was Alice Cooper a big inspiration for you guys?
No, he's a punk.
Alice Cooper denounced us.
Alice Cooper's
no.
a punk.
Yeah, when all the thing happened with Disney, Alice Cooper went on TV and said, you know,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
would
know
have
that. I
never-
wouldn't have asked.
You know,
That's
he's
all right.
Well, Alice Cooper
But
said,
maybe he'll hear it. So that now he'll know when I see him, I'm gonna put him in a camel clutch.
Oh,
you know?
I love Alice Cooper.
And Jay's gonna
Alice
drop
Cooper,
kick him in the face.
Don't get us wrong. Alice
Yeah.
Cooper's incredibly talented.
Right.
But when Alice Cooper went on TV and said, I would have never have done it if I'd known what they were really like.
Right.
I would have, you know, in my response to that is, well, I would have never had you on my album if I'd have known what a pansy you are. You know what I mean?
Same dude that cut his own head off on stage. You know, come on.
He's
And now
now
he's
crying
crying,
about
you know?
us.
Because we ain't golfing with him
I
or
spent
something.
the whole night with him at his ranch in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona. Played him the entire album, explained to him what the music was all about.
Right.
You know, he knew exactly what we were about. He went into it and he did it. You know, I wouldn't want him on my album. And he says he did it for the money. You know how much I paid?
get paid.
Nothing.
Really?
We didn't pay him nothing. Everybody that came on our album did it as a favor.
Right.
Hollywood's got some pull in the industry. You know, they got these big names on our album, whatever. You know what I mean? But he didn't do it for the money. He didn't get no money out of it.
Now, if another station, like an urban station in this town, offered to play your music, do you think that they would, first of all, because you're not
I don't
black?
think they would. I don't think they would because our music is so. It has like a.
It's got too much guitar and,
Got too much
and
guitar.
loops
It
and
doesn't
stuff like
sound
that.
like
to be
regular
like,
rap at all.
Really?
Right.
Even the last track, I really kind of reminded me, and I love Tupac. I think he's great.
Yeah, me
Well, he
too.
was, but this kind of reminded me of something that he would do. The music, the
It's
piano,
really
everything.
deep. It's real deep, and you know, there's one or two urban, you know, R&B type stations that are playing us, but that's
Nationwide?
really rare. Yeah, across the nation. That's really rare. We don't sound like that much. You know, we don't really.
And plus,
have-
most of the stuff on the urban radio stations just like New York rap right now anyhow, you know?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
What they do play, you know?
What are you doing for Christmas, Shags?
What am I doing? I'm going to chill and have Christmas in my house. That's what I'm going to do.
Just gonna
Just
sleep
like-
all
just
day?
Buy
like
mad
we should.
Christmas presents and slap people in the face with them.
I'm gonna sit at home during this Christmas and just sit back and just chill like an old man and just enjoy Christmas
That's great.
with some eggnog,
And your
Faygo,
dogs.
and some dogs with human bones in their mouths and everything the way it should be. Because come January, it's back on,
guys getting busy
and
all
the
over
wagons
again.
spin again from New York to L.A. 50 times.
How so probably by the end of summer, you guys will be coming back to Detroit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll be here like in February, in the middle of the tour, and then we end the tours here all the time. So we'll be here in the middle of the tour, and then we're coming back to end it probably like in late March, and then it's over to Europe again for some more crumpets and tea with Peter, our bus driver over there.
Everybody over there's name's Peter.
I know.
No, Peter.
And all
Yeah.
the cop cars
Oh,
go.
Peter.
All
No,
the cop
Peter.
cars and ambulances go. Doo, doo, doo.
And all the cops got these big, like, cone head hats on, and they don't even carry guns. They got billy clubs.
They say
So you
stop.
can walk out of the
stop.
store with something, and they can't fight. They're
They'll
hit.
wrestle you.
Yeah, I'll knock them out.
They'll
Just
say,
keep
hey,
going.
you got that sweater that doesn't belong to you, and they'll try to put you in a headlock or something. I'm surprised they're not
I'm
going
gonna belly the
anarchy
back
over there.
suplex.
Now, and the cars drive on the wrong sides of the streets,
I
and
know.
the steering wheels are on the wrong side. Peter picked us up from the airport. I said, what the hell are you doing? Don't drive this thing, you know? He started driving off, and I
Then they
thought
got
we were gonna
cars.
die.
They got cars with 2 wheels in the back and one in the front.
Yeah.
Three-wheel cars.
They got those
What is that?
roundabouts.
You know,
it's pretty
it's
messed
stupid.
up. I
It's
know.
like if you turn a corner, you can just roll it into your
I
driving
thought it was one of
space.
those parking meter maids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's just some like old man bouncing it.
That's some like freak made his own car in his garage and then driving it on the road.
Hey, everything you've seen on TV is exactly what it's like over there.
I know.
You know, you sit in a restaurant, they got the guy sitting there with the glass thing in his eye, and he's just looking and staring at you.
Did you know
Boy,
that they burp over there like it's and they don't say excuse me.
Yes, and women pick their nose like it's nothing.
And they got mad hairy armpits
Yeah.
and legs. The chicks
And
do.
I'll tell you something. I'm talking to the most beautiful girl in my life at the hotel. She just starts digging for one. Right? I'm like, what are you doing? I'm about to throw up. You know, she's digging in her nose. I'm like, and she's still talking to me, you know. She's like,
That's
well, I'll be
nasty.
sure and try to get to your show. And I'm just like trying not
Never
to look.
mind.
You know, I never seen nothing like that.
That's disgusting.
I love it over there, though. I love that fact that they picked
Everybody
their nose.
over there looks like they're from Monty Python.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all like pale and clammy.
Yeah, this is a bunch of retards.
So it's just, everybody over there is completely, just like you've seen on TV, Monty Python,
Benny Hill.
They
offended.
don't have fluoride in their water.
They
that's why.
do this a lot.
I loved it. Now, I went over there. I loved it.
Did
I
you
thought
like-
it was great. But you
Oh,
know
it's
what?
crazy.
The food made me sick.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's all garbage.
I didn't like the fact that I'd have to leave the country to go someplace warm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's no sun over there either.
Yeah, but
It's all cloudy.
I like the fact that they have brick walls around everything. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
have a house, you got brick walls, you can't see your fat ass neighbors or anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's fat asses over there. They don't eat nothing. They eat
you go
fish
over
and
there-
tomatoes, all they like.
If you're going over there to like to admire the preserved culture,
Yes.
you know, but you're talking. I'm
Yeah,
an
going to
idiot,
see
you know
some
what I
more
mean?
statues and
I'm
Big
an
Ben
idiot.
and
I'm going
stuff.
over there. I'm looking for chicks and
Right.
you know, whatever.
I'm going
I
over
was
there to
like,
get paid and get chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
And all
we
the
played
chicks look like
London.
Monty Python, and they don't have no money. They got pounds. What do I want a pound for? Get that on my face.
We played London. We sold London out the first time we ever played there. 1,000 people. I swear to God. And we're backstage, and this is what we heard. How does it sound? The chant. It was like,
I say pay.
I say pay. 1,000 people like, I say pay.
Stupidest thing I heard in my
ICP.
life.
I almost left. I almost walked out the back and said, I'm not going out there. Listen to how they sound. They're going,
Boys
I
going
say pay.
chicken hunting. Here, get out of
You should
here.
have just given P. They're like ICP. You should just like give them P.
I should have. It was what happened over there was that nobody even understands what we're talking about. Our lyrics, they can't relate to it.
Right.
We make fun of the racist rednecks down south and every other song. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they don't even
They don't know
understand
what you're
that.
talking
You know what I
about.
mean? But they're just down with the clown, so that's cool. But one thing I want to state right now is we made fun of Europe a lot. But the one thing I want to state is this. And this is true, and I'll even say it right here on hometown radio. The juggalos in London are the same as the juggalos in Detroit. They're just as crazy. And the juggalos in Pittsburgh are the same as the juggalos in Denver, and they're the same as the juggalos in Detroit. That's one thing I've learned, is we're all the same on this planet. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll smack a kid in Detroit just as fast as I'll smack a kid in London. I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'll smack their heads together, because we're all the same.
That's great to know.
Woo! That's right.
I'm going to play Halls of Illusions.
Daryl
Yes.
Halls and John Oates.
And this is with Slash from your new album. And I want to thank you guys so much for coming down.
I want to
Thanks for
thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
think it's
And
great.
everybody who's got tickets to Strangle Mania, I promise we'll win that match. If I don't win the match, I'll run through Northland Mall butt naked. That's my vow right
you see
now.
lots of blood, lots of thumbtacks, broken glass, barbed wire, everything.
Incredible.
Two chicks
night of
wrestling in
action.
thumbtacks.
Yeah, the two women
That's
are
the
going to wrestle
best.
with thumbtacks.
Three-way dance, barbed wire, bat, thumbtack, broken glass match.
That's right. And
Word.
we're in the main event in a 15-foot high steel cage. We'll see you at Strangle Mania. And thank you to the Edge. We are the Insane Clown Posse signing out. Clown love, Detroit.